Welcome to this training video, which will demonstrate the assembly of the AT-400 6-inch extension gun. Select the two internal wire guide tubes, the alignment tool, and the 5/16 24 by 1 inch socket head cap screws. Insert the internally threaded front ends of the wire guides into the alignment tool. Then, using your hands, insert the screws through the alignment tool and into the guide tubes. When they are finger tight, back them out slightly so that the tubes can rotate easily. We will see why in a moment. Place this assembly into the grooves in the bottom housing. The bottom housing can be identified by the presence of threaded inserts in 4 of the holes. In the previous step, we loosened the screws in the alignment tool so that here the tubes could fall naturally into place in the grooves. Once they are in place, hold the alignment tool and tap the bottom housing toward the alignment tool. Next, place the top housing over the assembly. Place the front of the housing up against the alignment tool, then slowly lower the back down into place. Locate the 4 1/4-20 by 7/8 inch screws. Note that there are more holes in the top than the 4 screws. We noted that 4 of the holes in the bottom housing have threaded inserts. You can see them even with the 2 housings together. These are the ones to use. Give the top and bottom housing halves a final tap to be sure they're tight against the alignment tool before tightening them with a 3/16 inch Allen wrench. We suggest tightening each one only until it's seated, then go alternately among the screws to fully tighten them all. The alignment tool can now be removed. These screws will most likely have tightened up a bit in the process. A 1/4 inch Allen wrench may be needed to remove them. The next step is to install the wire guides. Screw these into the internal wire guide tubes by hand as far as they will go. Then use a pliers to fully tighten. Now attach the air tip to the axial air tube. Again, screw it in by hand until it stops and use a pliers to make it fit snugly. Note that there is no need to tighten this excessively. Near the end of the axial air tube there is a line. Once inserted, this line indicates the limit of how far the tube should extend out of the front of the housing. Insert the axial air tube until this line is just visible at the front of the housing. When properly seated, the tip of the air tube should be exactly 1.5 inches from the front edge of the housing. In addition, it may be necessary to rotate the tube. Because it may not be perfectly straight, rotating it will line up the tip equally between the 2 wire guides. To lock the axial air tube in position, use the 832 by 3/8 inch set screw using the 5/64 inch Allen wrench. Take note that tightening this screw might rotate the tube slightly, so keep an eye on this as you're tightening it. The extension gun is complete.